good morning, and welcome to the Boozey, Brunch, and Tea podcast. I am your host, Rodney, and I have the best co-host in the world with me today,
True.
Mr. 216 himself.
Hold up, it's your boy T by the 216 represent
Miss Cookie, aka Cook Gotti.
Hey, it's your girl Cook Gotti.
And last but never least, Miss Tavia.
That's right, it's Tavia, aka Tavia Show, aka Melanin Queen, aka we can go on for days, but I'm here. How y'all doing?
So extra, and I'm here for it this morning. All right, so let's get to it. What is everybody drinking?
So today I got me a little Basil Hayden. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put y'all on some new stuff. It's another whiskey. It's really good, Basil Hayden. If I had the kind of money that I wanted, it would have been Whistle Pig, which is like a little bit over $100 for a fifth. But we're gonna rock out with our cocks out with this. And what you got, Cookie?
I'm drinking little wine today, Stella Rose Black. So just keeping it a little simple, keeping it light today. Tay, what you up to? What you got going
I
on?
like Stella. I like Stella.
Okay, so I made a mango, a frozen mango mimosa. I
Looks good.
cut up some real mango. Can y'all see the mango in there?
Yeah.
And so I pureed some mango in the blender, added some champagne, and boom, voila, magic.
Right, Rodney, what you got in your cup over there?
Okay, so at first I didn't like them, but it's a hard kombucha seltzer.
That sounds so nasty.
Shine.
Yeah, kombucha is nasty.
At first I did not
anyways.
like it. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't mind a kombucha. Cleans that gut. Get it right.
So for the ones the kombuchas at Kroger, that's Simply.
So this one is an acai berry flavor. So what I did, since I didn't like it too much, I don't like. It's not the best, but I wanted to try something new. But what I did with it was I put it in a cup, and then I muddled some fresh lime, some fresh lemon, and I added a shot of vodka in it. Okay, and then we got our side garnish here.
Which is?
Yeah, this is a whole cocktail right here.
What's your side garnish?
Maybe y'all fancy.
Fresh lemon and lime.
Oh, okay. You know
I get it from I get it from the Tavia show.
You and this muddling shit that you've been on.
Child.
Bro, you gotta try the muddle. The muddling is the best. It really adds an extra flavor.
I couldn't muddle it, so I just threw it in the blender and pureed it.
You pureed it. It's okay, but muddling and it's really good. You just try it. I'm telling you, it gets the flavor. But puree is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna do the same. All right, that's good. Where are we going to next? Well, you can't have the Boozey and Brunch without the tea. So let's get into some tea time. And I'm going to start it off this week. Tay.
What's up?
I think I'm sad. My feelings hurt a little bit.
Why?
My emotions are all over the place. I don't know if you heard, but Wendy Williams is not coming back, friend.
Yes, I heard. And I know
you didn't even call and reach out to see how I was doing?
Well, friend, I didn't know you and Wendy was that close. I didn't know y'all.
When you get to a particular age, yes.
When you're okay, so are you of a particular age?
I am. Listen, we rock with Wendy. She come on every day at 11 a.m. right after Good Day DC go off. It's like my scheduled program. And, I had hopes that, my dog was coming back. I just figured, she's going to get her health back, feet together, everything together.
Not her feet.
And
feet together.
No.
I'm not dealing with it.
Do you call her show a show or do you call it a program?
If you're a particular age, it's a program.
Okay, when you say program, you make it sound like it come on PBS.
You know the old folks used to say.
Your
grandma be saying program.
Okay.
Or they got to say, I got to watch my stories.
Okay, what did you call the Montel Jordan show then?
It was a show. It was a showgram. It's a showgram. At this point, it's a showgram.
Ricky Lake?
Ricky,
I used to love
Sally
Ricky
Jesse,
Lake and
Like,
Jenny
she was a show.
Jones
and Sally Jesse.
and Mother Love.
Shout out to Mother
No.
What
Love.
about the Rosie O'Donnell show?
I was never a fan of Rosie.
Okay.
I wasn't a
Well, my
fan.
grandma used to watch Rosie.
I ain't
She
like
turned
Rosie.
her real quick, but she used to watch it though. It was it. But yes, but in good news, I mean, I will miss Wendy. But I did find out that, you know, she did make a message that I think she's gonna try to do a podcast show.
That
Yeah,
would be
somebody
great for
offered her.
her.
Somebody offered her a
So,
podcast deal.
That would be great for her.
I
She can sit at
mean,
home and do it.
yeah, and
Oh,
that
what-
shit gonna be real.
but-
Because let's be real, it ain't
But
gonna
what
be
do y'all
filtered.
think about Sherry Shepherd
So,
replacing
I'm here
her
for it.
in her slot? What do y'all think about that? Y'all think Sherry Shepherd's gonna be a good fit?
I love Sherry.
I
Sherry
do
has
too.
held it down. So they have
I do
used
So
too.
far, she has.
they
I
have
love
used
it.
Sherry Shepherd, Michael Rappaport. They have did Fat Joe and Remy Ma. They've done
Yeah.
some other two people. They're white ladies. And I'm gonna tell you. And then they did Terrence and Beverly. You know, with the big tits. They did them like last week. My favorite is always Sherry. Sherry has
Shepherd,
a realness to her. She's funny. She's
Yes.
authentic. Next for me had to be probably Michael Rappaport because he's funny, and I love how when he be like, "How you doing?" Okay, one more time though. How you doing? Like that should be funny. I don't know. So,
Okay, do y'all think
I'm
it was?
happy
It was.
about
Y'all think
Sherry.
it was Wendy's Roosters coming home to crow?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say this. I feel like that was her job. I feel like everything that she did in her career, that is her job. That's not who she is as a person. Because you get people on that show and she get a camera in front of them, or either she gets to talk to you on the radio over air and she was grilling you, she was drilling you, she was doing her job. But you hear like when people talk about her behind the scenes, they talk about how soft she is and how how relatable she is, and that's behind closed doors. When she presents to the public, she got to present a united front that she's real, that she's coming after the facts, that she's reporting real news. So I feel like that doesn't have anything to do. People are gonna get sick, and she's older, so with age, I feel like that's just where we're at with her. And I don't think it's like no karma or anything like that. It's her job. That's her job to report the stuff that's going on. Now, how she reports it. But it's her job, and I feel like those two things are not tied to each other. Like what she's going through health-wise is not tied to what she's done in her career. For me, at least.
And, it's so funny. It's so funny that because people say that, but then they're the main ones tuning in every damn week that still got her program on Fox for the last 12 years.
Okay.
So I mean, you can say all you want to say. What she's delivering, you're liking, and you're wanting more of it because you've been supporting for the last 12 years.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between her and Tasha K?
No.
No, the difference is
allegedly.
But the difference is between her and Tasha K is that Wendy has people going out researching these stories, and it's usually factual shit that's going on. Tasha K just want to talk shit about folks and say whatever she want to say.
That's what Wendy was doing in the beginning, Cook. That's what Wendy was doing in the beginning. Before Wendy got on TV, when she was on radio, she used to get in trouble. Remember Whitney Houston got her ass, right?
Yeah, I do remember that.
She got into it.
That was a nasty call.
Wendy got a lot of enemies in the industry because she be putting out people's personal business.
But one thing with Wendy. Oh, okay, she's delayed. But one thing about Wendy, if you cool with her, which majority of people, she will give you a chance.
Yeah.
To make your statement. She will call you, text you, and she will say, like, I reached out. They didn't want to say anything. So this is what I'm going to, she is a very, in my opinion, type of person. That type of thing. But she will give you her honest opinion, and she will give you a chance to rebuttal. If I'm wrong, hey, tell me I'm wrong. Fix it, correct it, put it out there. But a lot of times people don't, they don't take the opportunity. So I guess that should be that. But anyway, Cookie, what did you have for us?
Well, let me tell y'all, I love my girl Kiara Shear, but she been in the hot seat. Kiara Shear had made a statement telling, she was doing an interview and saying that why she keeps female friends at hotels so they could stay kind of like away from her husband. She quoted saying, "My mama has already told me, don't have too many people around your house. I don't care how good you trust them or whatever it is. I'm very mindful and very careful. I would buy a friend a hotel room before I let them stay at my house." She went on to say she think it's such a thing like as providing safe boundaries because some friends don't know boundaries. Kiara, I'm not with you on this. I love you as a person. You're phenomenal. And I know where she's coming from. She's coming from, I guess, like a God complex thing. Because I don't really know. It's a religious thing that I don't understand. Because I've been in plenty of places and spaces where I stayed at my friend's house and nothing has never gone on because of the type of friend that I am and the type of friends and company that I keep. I think that it's a insecurity on my part because Kiara, you really gonna buy your friend a hotel because you don't want them staying at your house with your husband? I don't understand. What kind of friends you got is the first question I'm gonna ask. And this is not because people are, kind of shysty. But then you still have to go back to that first question. Mm-hmm. What type of friends and company are you keeping? Tay, I can't count. Guest room for? I can't count how many times I have stayed at the house when TY and London was there. Even if it's just us, Sydney, anybody. I've never had that issue. I've never even felt like that in that space. Have you ever had, any of y'all ever felt like that to where you would rather buy your friend a hotel? Like you don't want them around your significant other? Like, have y'all ever felt like that?
Let me just add to it, friend.
I'm not married, so I'm really not gonna get in on this.
Married or not, you can get in on it in your opinion. Okay, let me chime in. Let Tavia Show come on up in here.
Okay.
First of all, what type of man does she have?
And
what type of friends is she hanging around? See, I know my friends. How long we been friends? Since 2007?
Yeah.
Veta and I've been friends since 2005. I have another friends I've been friends with since 2004. Like, my friendships go back long. I know my friends. Okay? And she has to have some form of insecurity. I don't know if something happened in her past where she had relationships, some grimy stuff happened with her friends. But like, if they had a small house and they didn't have room, by all means, get a room for your friends, But
if it's a 1-bedroom apartment,
right,
we can understand.
That. But if you have space, what kind of man? I wish a person would. I wish a mother would get up in the middle of the night and creep to my friend's room or vice versa. I'm going to creep up in both of their ass, okay?
What do you think?
But it's some insecurities there. And you should be able to trust your friends.
I want to hear T.Y. point of view. T.Y. go.
I think that whether
speak a little louder for us because I feel like a cat got your tongue here.
No, I think that you should women friends, y'all should have a sleepover etiquette. Sleepover etiquette being, okay, girl, you staying over. Like, I ain't trying to be offensive or nothing, but don't wear pajamas that's like booty shorts type shit around my man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just etiquette. Or maybe you shouldn't have, that should be unspoken. Like, as a woman, you should know, like,
don't need to
there's a married,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? There's a married man in this house. I'm not finna walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gracious enough to let me stay. I'm not going to do that. But I'm not a woman, but you know what I'm saying? My wife should have faith in me that I'm not finna be creeping in the house while you in the house with your friend. Like, that's some backwoods ass shit. Like, come on now, you can do better than that. Kiki, see, that's the problem with the church. She in the church, that type of shit going all the time. And I know she's probably seen it firsthand. So yes, she may be a little skewed because she's seen it firsthand and she was vocal about it. I don't think that is the case with all relationships. But I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying, y'all?
A lot of people
we kicking it,
especially
we kicking
in
it
the
at
church.
night.
I'm telling you.
We kicking it at night. We sitting around drinking, laughing, giggling and shit. And depending on your husband, depending on your friend, they may be looking at each other a little funny, whatever. And just the shit happens. But you should know your friends. You should know your significant other enough to be like, no, we ain't doing this. Or hell, even
That's
if you know your
unspoken
friend,
with our friends.
it
Well,
is
with my
those are
Yeah.
friends,
unspoken rules or understood
we
rules.
know
Like
better.
y'all said, what's understood
You
don't
was
need to be
raised
said.
right.
And also, while you talking about the girls don't need to walk around here in booty shorts. Y'all men don't need to be walking around here in booty shorts neither.
Men wear booty shorts.
Gray sweatpants, none of that. Okay.
Sweatpants.
I don't think she is as wrong, just because I do think that, like you said, something must have happened to obscure her view. So I never experienced that because I've had some amazing friends that might have just not been her story, or that's not, what she's been exposed to. So I guess I can understand that then. I can understand that.
Well, maybe the friend and Kiki should have talked and said, "Hey, maybe we should do a threesome or something. That way, we just get it out my husband's system or get it
You
out your
going to
system,
hell.
and
No.
then
You
that way we
going to
don't have to worry about
hell.
this no
Child,
more."
Why you always
that
gotta?
is not
Why
what's
you?
gonna
See,
happen. You put
Why you?
her
you going
husband
to
gonna
hell.
keep wanting to do them with whoever.
We stopping there. So switching into a different
You're
segment.
crazy.
So I'm pretty sure that everybody knows or are aware of the situation that's going on in Ukraine, which is very sad. The world is troubled, and I know there's a lot of people who have questions. And we got actually a few questions in our text box about kind of could you explain a little more? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was a little surprised. I didn't think it was, people wanted to know about it, but hey, I'm happy. So I asked TY, will he do a quick rundown, do some research, some digging, and kind of give us a little history? And
Okay, for those of us who don't know what NATO is the North Atlantic North Atlantic Treaty. Okay, that's basically right after World War II. Like 13 countries or whatever got together and said, all right, we're gonna form a friend group, and all of us gonna be in this group chat. All right, whoever in this friend group, we building this friend group because we want to make sure that Soviet Union, aka Russia, don't start no shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna protect ourselves from them or whatever. Okay, so that's what this friend group is. Now that was in 1949. Now here we are today. It's 30 countries in this group now. Okay, so Putin is saying, hey, don't add no more people. I don't want y'all adding no more people to your friend group because you pushing into my territory. Okay. Let's not forget that Ukraine was also at one time arch enemy or enemy to the United States. Okay. Ukraine is not in NATO. Russia is not in NATO. So that's part of the issue. Okay. So this group of friends, everybody in your group chat is basically saying, okay, we got rules. One of the rules is if anybody fight any one of us, then all of us gonna jump in. Okay. Now the only
right.
time that's actually happened was after 9/11. Right? Supposedly the United States got attacked, and then everybody jumped in against Afghanistan and Iran and whoever else we was fighting. Since 1949 it hasn't happened, and after 9/11 it has not happened. Okay. So yes, Ukraine and Russia, even though they basically the same, they did break apart in 1991, right? But still, it's heavily influenced. Like I said, Ukraine is Russia, Russia is Ukraine. A couple years ago, Ukraine had a president. That president had a chance to join the European Union. He said no. He took some money from Russia. He got bailed out. Ukraine was in financial trouble, so he bailed out
Mm-hmm.
with Russia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Ukrainian citizens didn't like that shit. They protested. They ended up getting him overthrown and kicked out. He escaped and ran to Russia. Now Russia's upset because they Du Bois is he gone. So Russia like, oh hell no, like we can't have that because now the new president coming in and said, oh, he gonna join NATO, he gonna join the European Union. Russia like, hell no, you can't do that. So there is no mistaking. Russia's like, no, we gonna come take the Ukraine all the way over because, like I said, 1991 they became independent. So Russia's saying no. Half of the, not half, but a large population of the Ukrainian population speak Russian because they're so closely related. They're basically the same. So that's the main reason why Putin or Russia is going into Ukraine, trying to take it back and basically like re-annex it back into Russia. Putin has some demands. He told NATO, "Do not expand no more. Do not take no more nations from us, because y'all encroaching on our land over here, and basically mind y'all business." He told them he told them to get y'all troops out of Eastern Europe because y'all too close. Stay away. And he also told the United States, don't protect no Eastern European nations with your nuclear weapons. Don't do it. Right? And they sitting there, NATO's looking at him like, you can't tell us what to do. Like, who is you? So the group of friends is kind of bucking, but they can't go in and do shit because they like, Ukraine is not in NATO, Russia not in NATO. So Russia attacked Ukraine, but Ukraine is not in the group chat. So Ukraine, like, so that's why the United States is not getting into that shit. Everybody thinking the United States finna jump in. They can't jump in. If they do,
so that's why we're doing sanctions.
Right. That's okay. So the sanctions is okay, since y'all want to do that, we're gonna cut y'all banking off in Europe, United States, and in Europe. And Russia like, all right, fine, cut that shit off. But don't forget that all of y'all European countries get your oil and your gas through us. So what that mean for you?
Cut that shit back
so
on.
now they so back when Trump was in office, Trump went to NATO and said the United States is gonna come out of NATO because it's not fair. Everybody agreed that everybody in the group chat need to put money in the pot. Everybody put up 2% of your GDP, gross domestic products, basically how your country make money. Everybody put in 2%. All right. But guess what? Everybody ain't putting in 2%. Most of them putting in 1.18%. And the United States has been putting in 3%. That means we've been paying hella money in taxes to put in this pot. And everybody else is slacking. Like Cookie say, she don't lend money, she lend thoughts and prayers. Like that shit ain't even. So Trump was like, if it ain't even, we finna be out. Right. And then he said, then Trump came back and said, okay, we won't leave, but we only gonna protect if Rodney get hit, but he actually put in what we put in, I'll protect him. But if Tay get hit and she don't put in what me and Rodney put in, we ain't protecting her. So Ike Turner just slapped the shit out of her, and we don't get no fuck because she ain't putting in what me and you putting in. He said it got to be even. He caught a lot of flack for that, right? But as a citizen, I'm like, if we gonna be in this, it should be even. Why are we paying more for this and y'all sitting back benefiting? Y'all ain't putting in on the pot.
Let's not bring Ike into this. Okay. Let's not bring Ike in. But continue.
Okay, David.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
So I choked it. Okay.
Find your ass.
So that's what's going on with this conflict right now. In my opinion, we should not be worried about what they over there doing. It has no bearing on us. Okay, we need to stay out of their business. However, because we are in a business, this is going to raise our gas prices. This is going to raise our transportation costs. This is going to raise food costs because since they cut the banking off, you ain't going to be able to get the shit that you was getting. You know what I'm saying? So all these prices going to go up. That inflation is already up, so it's going to make it worse. So look, y'all better quit selling y'all food stamps. And y'all better hold on to them. and go and stock up on your groceries and all that. I know everybody already seeing the gas prices going up. They're going to continue to go higher. So this is my problem. We need to stop being bullies, stay out of other folks' business. That's how you get hurt.
We don't
Some
send
of
thoughts
some of
and
y'all hear
prayers.
some of y'all hear gunshots and go towards the gunshots. Some of y'all hear gunshots and go the other way. You don't care what they
Me.
got going over there. Go mind your business. And because now you up in this business, now you caught up in some shit you ain't got no business in. And I think that's where we are right now. Okay.
In your opinion?
In my opinion. Okay. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Let
In
me
my
just hit
opinion.
y'all with allegedly, just because I ain't did enough this week.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Let me just hit y'all with one.
I
Not
was
just
waiting on
because.
it.
Since she said
Yeah.
allegedly, I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna take a sip because she hit
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I'm gonna take a sip because I'm just like, wait.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
See
I
what?
think
That,
I'm just, I know it's a lot of innocent people over there in Ukraine. It's innocent people in Russia or whatever. It's innocent people everywhere. So I will send my thoughts and prayers like Cookie does for people that want to borrow money. But I'm gonna send those thoughts and prayers because it's just too many innocent people, you know. And
Yeah.
if it was vice versa, if we was in a situation, we could be those innocent people on this end. So, I have prayed
Yeah.
for them, and that's pretty much
I
all I
have
can do.
too. It broke my
yeah, because
heart.
I mean,
As
It
Americans,
really broke my heart.
we've never had
let her
as
finish,
Americans
T.Y.
we've never had like I'm sorry. Are you finished, cook?
No, I was
Or
just
she
saying
about
it
to
broke
cry?
my heart. I watched a video to where I know this man. I know he was like in his 20s or something like that. Is what the reporter was saying, and he couldn't go like with his family. He had like a son or a daughter, and he had to literally stay behind. And like he was crying, the baby was crying. Like I cannot imagine that I have to leave. Like Sydney has to go somewhere, and I may not ever see him again because I have to fight a war that is not even mine. I didn't even ask to be a part of the thing that these two countries have going on, and it's very sad that these people are going through that. It's almost like I don't understand the difference in the time frame. Like what? It's like we're living like in the 1800s, the early 1900s. I just could not imagine like why is this happening again? Like it makes no sense for this
Right.
day and age. And I think about all the traumatic experiences that we've experienced like these past 2 years with COVID. And then after, Afghanistan, all these things for them to be like revving this all up again when we really have, a crazy disease that took out a lot of people. We have a crazy war in Afghanistan that took out a lot of people. Like, why do we want to go ahead and repeat this cycle? Come on, Russia and Ukraine. Y'all can't figure out something to not go back there again.
Right, I agree. It's and I think I saw that video and that clip that you're speaking of. And not only that, it's just like honestly, for me, it's kind of amazing the bravery that the citizens of Ukraine are taking. To really put on a suit and fight for your country. To get out in the streets and like to actually go through the blood. To actually fight. Like they're really trying to stand for something, and I think that means a lot. The president fighting with him. People are urging him to leave, but the fact he's saying, "No, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying my ass right here. Give me a vest and let's do this shit." You know what I'm saying? We knucking and bucking.
You're ready to
Let's do
fight.
it.
You
You
think they
know.
wearing
Looking
you
at
think they
that.
wearing
Um,
stilettos or they wearing kitten heels?
King Hills definitely for this.
We
King
rocking
Hills.
King Hills, huh? We rocking King Hills,
Yes,
huh?
definitely. And being here in DC, it's been a lot here as well. They've been at the embassies protesting sent like a lot this week. It really picked up this week. You can if you go over there by the embassies, you're barely gonna get out. Like, don't even try. So that's another thing that's being demonstrated and things like that. So yeah, it is definitely a tough time. And I love what you guys says. All we can do is continue to pray. I know they have donation hotlines out there where you can kind of help families get out. And things like that. However, but our prayer is key. Prayer changes things. I just hope things come to a peaceful resolution very soon. As always, Boozey, Brunch, and Tea. Mr. We're going to keep you updated, people, because I know a lot of us, we have a lot of personal things going on in our lives, and a lot of us just don't get the time to watch the news, you know?
Yeah.
And this isn't like a main thing that we do on this podcast, but it's just something that I feel like if we can inform our people, educate our people in an easy way, then why not do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that definitely needs to be spoken about. So until, so T.Y., great job, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You did the perfect narration of that. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I gave him this task. Like, I asked him would he do it this morning when I called him. And it was probably like 10 o'clock. And we recorded at 12. And I'm like, T.Y., do you think you have time to do this? He's like, yeah, let me finish cooking up this spam that I cooked for Tay.
No, not spam, baby. It was turkey sausage.
He said spam, but okay.
T.Y., you said spam. Don't do it. We don't be eating spam if these food prices keep going up. We will be eating spam.
Okay, and potted meat and all kinds of stuff. But besides the point.
I appreciate that.
Him 2 hours and he was able to deliver, and I love your narration. So I can't wait to see what narration you come up with for next week, because I want you to stick with it, because you delivered it. You really did deliver it very well, and it was easy. It was like if it was a book in Books A Million, it would be called Ukraine for Dummies. Okay, literally, like something like that. Like,
it's relatable to millennials.
We look forward to hearing another narration. So This time you got a whole 7 days to prepare for it. So we want effects, we want lighting, we want sound.
I'm gonna do that. 7 whole nights, like Tony.
Here you go. That is my song, though. I love that Tony Braxton song. I be getting it.
The flip over. Is it when the flip over happened?
Fred, he be here getting it like this.
Don't play with me, Rodney. I don't do no flipping over. I flip my wife. I don't get flipped. Oh, okay.
I'm not saying you, T.Y.
We're not even gonna get into that.
I flip my wife. She don't flip me.
We're not even talking about nobody.
Oh my God! I would say, T.Y. Yes, you do the.
You know what?
Anywho,
you know what?
Guys, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So we asked y'all to text us and continue to text. And for the second week in a row, you guys have been just really filling up our inbox, and we have enjoyed. Well, I have, because they don't really know what we're talking about, but I do. Reading some of your questions. We can't get through all of them today. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. But I'm gonna hit some of them today, some of them next week, and as they keep coming in, we're going to have a nice queue of questions. We really like this segment, this part, because it's like you guys are part of the podcast with us, you know? So let's get on it. Let me pull up my phone and let's see.
Hold on, guys, before he start reading, these are only the opinions of each individual. This is not an opinion based off Boozey Brunch Tea podcast. That's my disclaimer. So if I say something ignorant that you don't like, that is me. Okay, that is no reflection on my wife, on Cookie, or Rodney, and vice versa.
Definitely not me.
Definitely not me.
I would say allegedly for everybody. I would say allegedly for every one of these people.
I want to hit this question for. We don't all have to answer them. For this one, I'm going to. I think I'm gonna hit the first question this person sent in to Tay.
Give me the easy questions.
Actually, okay, I give this a Cookie. Okay. Cookie, what is something people seem to misunderstand about you?
Oh, I'd say something that people seem to misunderstand about me is maybe when I jokingly say, like, all I offer is prayers and stuff like that. Like when people are going through financial hardships.
You mean it.
I mean it, but it's not that. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I think that I'm in a predicament to understand, like, if I can manage my stuff financially as a single mom, let's just say before I got my job that I got now, I was working 3 part-time jobs to make up for one income. And for me, I just be feeling like, why can't people do those same things instead of going to borrow money from Peter to pay Paul? And I think that a lot of things that I say, because somebody has said that, like, that's very like it's kind of like malicious when you say that, like, no, it's my money. I'm gonna do whatever I want to with it. It's not that I don't care, because I definitely do care, and I know I know people get in like hard situations, but I feel like when I was in hard situations, that's all that people had for me. And these are people that I poured into financially, mentally, physically, gave resources to. And then when I got in a hard time, it was not the same thing. So I think that people misunderstand, like, when I say stuff like that, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I knew what place that I was in, and me working 3 part-time jobs as a single parent. People don't look like, I don't look like that. So if, I look fancy, or if I got on a nice wig, or, people don't think that you've been through anything because they see you right now. But that's not the case. But that's the only thing that I think that people misunderstand about me, because thank God that I don't look like what I've been through. We just gonna say that. So yeah, just
amen and amen.
Thank God. Let me tell you something.
Let me say something about Cookie. I want to say something about Cookie. Okay.
You got a minute, friend.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me speed it up. Cookie is one of the most genuine people that I know. Even though she said about her finances, if I needed to borrow something, I'm gonna ask Cookie. I know if she don't do that, but I feel like she would give it to me. Like, Cookie has taken care of me when I was sick. I want to get emotional, but Cookie is a real friend.
Okay, let her get it together. Cookie is a real friend, and let me tell you, some of y'all have for something. Cookie didn't help none of.
I love that.
Cookie didn't help none of y'all make them bills.
I don't
Cookie
like
didn't help y'all
emotional.
make them bills. She ain't gonna help you pay them bills either.
But no, Cookie is genuine. Like, she is a real loyal, ride or die friend, and she will give to you if you're in need. To people she really care about. Not that she don't care about nobody else, but
That's beautiful. I love to see that emotional connection. Y'all gotta watch this episode. Come see.
She did. She did lend me $1,000, and I ain't had to pay it back.
See why I hush.
Get out of here. You like, come on, man. Damn, we're gonna start muting him, y'all. Shit. Well, you know what, Cookie? I feel like I'm gonna give you this next question too, because I don't know. I actually want to hear your answer. You just said you went through a lot of things, and so part 2 to the question is, what was your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it?
Oh,
we got to be real vulnerable with this to tell people your failures.
I know it, right?
And you do, but you know what? You remember, you can share what you want to share. You don't have to, if it was prostituting, you don't have to say that. Like, for real.
I'm just playing, if I was prostitute, it wouldn't be $40. I tell you that much.
Okay. Oh, I said that this morning.
I will say, I'm gonna say this was a failure, but also a success. We're gonna use it there. It's gonna be dually. I think that I'll just keep it light. I think one of my greatest failures in the beginning was my weight loss journey. Only because I kept looking at where I was starting. I kept looking at, I was 393 pounds. So I kept looking at that number like, Lord, my have mercy. My blood pressure was so high that I was in Mobile. I had to go to the hospital. It was only me and Sid there. And the doctor was like, well, we got to admit you because, your blood pressure is high like this. Like, I'm like crying because I'm like, well, I'm down here by myself. I don't have anybody to get this child for me. I was like, please just like give me a shot, give me anything. The doctor was like, if you can commit to me doing these things and come back in a few weeks, we'll let you go. That day, I decided, okay, I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna do this. I lost 20 pounds and I went right back to exactly what I was doing before. And because I felt like 20 pounds wasn't enough, I kept every time I lose 20 pounds, I gain the 20 pounds back. I lose 40 pounds, I'll gain it back. Until I just got tired. And I'm like, my knees hurt, my legs hurt. I got to make a change. So I committed to, losing the weight. And now I'm 170 pounds down. But in the beginning, like a lot of people look at where I started, like where I'm at now, I'm like 200 and some pounds. And they'd be like, it just seemed like it was easier. It wasn't easy. This has been 4 years. This is the longest run I've ever had at committing to something. The longest run. So I felt so many times in the beginning that I just felt like I should have not even tried. I literally was like, you know what? If I die from this, I ain't got nobody to blame but myself. Because I would rather, I done had a bad day. I'd rather go get a whole large pizza and some wings and eat them myself before I go and actually deal with the emotional stress and the trauma that I'm going through. So I got me a therapist. I got me a nutritionist. I said that, when I'm committed to this, I'm committed wholeheartedly. And failure is no longer an option for it. So, that was my greatest failure, but it's also been my greatest success till today. And I'm rising above it. So it's still a journey for me.
Kudos to you, friend. I'm so fucking proud of you. And I told you that when I saw you in April at Tay's and TY's wedding, you look great.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You chose to live. You fought. You chose life. Life for you. Life for Sid. Like, that is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
You chose hope instead of dope.
Yeah. Not hope instead of, I tell you, you could turn a moment, TY. You could turn a moment into something. Okay?
I just can't deal with him.
I'll let you deal with him after we end today. Beautiful response. Thank you for being so open and vulnerable with us and sharing that. That was really good.
My pleasure.
Okay, let me keep going down the line. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we're going to come back to that. TY.
I light up when I get questions because y'all know I'm about to come with the shits.
Okay. Do you know why you are on this planet and what is your purpose for being here?
Oh my gosh. I have no reason why I'm on this planet. I struggle with that almost on a daily basis, right? That I come here to do something for somebody else, or am I so self-centered that I'm only worried about me? I have no idea. I would hope that in the grand scheme of things that I'm here to do something for somebody else. I'm here to pass something on to my daughter, to my friends, to other members of my family that'll lead them into their passion or their path, but I don't know mine. But I just hope I'm doing the right thing every day. I try to be righteous as I can. But it is what it is. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And I just hope that in my personality of being an asshole sometimes, but also being like that good person that people will see through me being an asshole. And when I say I'm an asshole, it's because I'm telling somebody what they need to hear and not what they want to hear. And I may not have the tact that some people may have in doing so, but I'm not here to spare nobody's feelings. So maybe that is the reason why I'm here, to not spare feelings, to tell people like it is, and I would expect the same from somebody else. But that's my answer to that. Thank y'all for that question. That was kind of dope.
I like that. And this is the thing, and I'm gonna take it for myself too, if y'all don't mind. I feel that finding your purpose in life, it takes time. You don't just automatically know it. And I know we're in our 30s. Me just entering 30. TY well into it, y'all. Just to let y'all know.
I beat your ass. No, I'm on 31. I'm 31.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's dreams. Anywho, I feel like now, like I feel like there's a particular age when you find out your purpose. I still don't know mine. I think I have a hunch, because you can kind of feel like what you're kind of drawn to, if that makes sense in a way. For me, I'm drawn to people. I love people. I love helping others. I feel like, one of the biggest things in this world is, giving back and doing what's right by others, and not just making it, but helping others make it, offering opportunities for everybody, doing what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your neighbor, but I'm going to be your damn neighbor. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that, if that makes sense. I don't know if you can go deeper into that, but I feel like that is where my purpose is leading. My job tells me that I love the satisfaction of helping someone when they're down and bringing them back up. I go through disasters all the time, and there's nothing that gives me the biggest joy uh, than to be able to tell someone, hey, we got you approved. Hey, we're going to be able to do this. Hey, I know it's been a long journey, but we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is coming. Like, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. So I feel for me, it's definitely with helping others. And I feel like that's part of it. But I still don't know the whole complex part of it. So when you say that, TY, you say you don't know, it's not a bad thing, my brother, because I feel like it is a growing process. And until you get to that time, you won't know. But when you do know, you'll know. Like, I know I'm headed in that direction. Like, I know what it is, but I don't know all the way, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
there's no time limit. You could be 50 years old and be like, I finally got my life purpose. This is what I've been doing. But those baby steps equaled up to it. So
Yes.
that's my take.
It could be, you could have multiple purposes as well.
Yeah. I agree.
You could have multiple purposes at
that's
different
true.
times in your life.
Yeah. I say that I'm a piggyback off of Rodney. Rodney, I think that I'm here for servanthood, if that makes any sense. The spirit to serve and being
servant
a poor
leadership. Yes.
So I am here to be a pour, be a vessel to pour into other people. And I know that a lot of times I struggle with that because I'm like, God, you want me to do what now? He said, hey, wait now. I don't want to do that. But it is what I'm called to do. I'm called to pour into people. A lot of times I'd be like, well, I'm the pourer who's pouring into me. That's not for me to worry about. My responsibility is to pour into other people. Yes. And if I do what he asked me to do, everything else will pan out for me, which it has so far. So, yeah.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. I'm done with servitude. Let me tell y'all something. I serve my people, but I ain't serving nobody else. Well, you got 400 years of free servitude out of me, damn it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
Next question.
Right. We just literally.
Please. Okay.
We have learned to ignore him very well over here.
Jesus.
But I tell you, I do love that too. You can have more than one purpose, and I like how you added that in because you can have many different talents and many different things. Yes.
Y'all and that $40 and that y'all did that $40 purpose is not a part of what they talking about either.
Oh my God! Here he go. Right.
I think it's this hat. I think it's his hat he got on today. I think
it might be the hat today.
We need to ban this hat. Let's ban this hat from all the podcasts moving forward. No more hats for TY.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's the hat, friend. I think y'all know how on TV they had a little angel on this side and a little demon on that side.
Yeah.
I think the little demon get to him today.
Because he is on one. Every time I'm about to say something so great, I was literally about to say, y'all really did outstanding with the questions this week. Then he comes and interrupt with his bullshit.
Okay.
I keep telling y'all, I gotta play devil's advocate. But go ahead.
No, you ain't playing devil's advocate. You just want to talk shit.
That's what I do.
All right.
You right about that? Driving the bus.
Straight to hell.
Straight to the pit.
And all of y'all are passengers.
I'm not riding, honey. I'm not riding.
You paid your fare. You was on that bus with Rose Parks.
Speaking of her. But anyway, we'll get to her later.
Okay, well, I guess I can ask. This question is so long. I might probably have to read it twice because I don't know who wrote this, but person, when you hear this, break that shit up next time.
Not a person.
This is whoever you are. This is gonna go for TY and Tay. Since I'm giving both of y'all, don't take it for 5 minutes. Keep it short. But I don't know if you can keep it short, but try to. I'm going for y'all because y'all are the married ones on the screen.
Okay.
Cookie, if you want to piggyback after you, of course, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so the question is, I have a question for y'all to discuss. Me and my best friend were talking about why is it that some married couples fall into the trap of little to no sex when while they were single, there was nothing that stopped them. I think when they meant single, they meant while they were dating. Nothing stopped them.
If you're not
Okay.
married, you're single. Period. So
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
if you're not married, you're single. Period.
True.
I like that, friend. I do like
True.
that. Okay, so
When you single, it's like you sneaking around
Hey, you need
almost,
to let
right?
me answer this question first.
Go ahead.
Let me take it from my
and
perspective.
take that hat off.
Oh, and then you piggyback after me, honey. Okay.
Okay, respect.
All right. So I think, in my opinion, when you're single, I think sometimes you have less to deal with as just that single individual. I think when you, I cannot speak for all marriages because we have a new marriage. I mean, but I've been messing around with this dude since 2007. Okay.
Ooh.
But like I said, like somebody may be 10 years in, somebody may be a year in, somebody may be 20 years in. So everyone's marriage could be different. I think that when you're married and you have children, that time, you have to split your time. You have to split your time with you as yourself, with work, with your children.
Take children out of the equation.
The pets and the husband, all of that. So I think some of that comes into play. If both of you are working 12 hours a day and then you got to deal with the kids, I think that can sometimes interfere if you're physically tired.
If they don't have kids, though.
Okay, I'll get to it. If you ain't got kids, you should still be.
Ain't no excuse.
It ain't no excuse. You should still be getting down like when you were single. And if you're not getting down like when you were single, you need to probably try to figure out how to communicate that to your partner. And maybe y'all can rekindle something. I don't know. Maybe you need some therapy. Maybe you need to work on some things in your relationship. I don't know. I'm not single, so I can only speak from my perspective.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. Just because you are married and don't have kids, that don't mean you exempt.
Then you piggyback off the single. Yeah, it doesn't mean that. But let me just talk about the married couples.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, because you can still be busy. But I think when you're less busy, you can arrange your schedule better, like to have more free time to do whatever it is that you do. Because with me and my husband, it's not always sex. Sometimes we just chill together, and I love that because I don't want it to be sex 100% of the time. I want him to just, just love being in my company like I love being in his. But I think it's just different challenges come into play when you are married and you have a family and things of that nature, because they have to figure out what it is in their relationship that's keeping them from having sex. Because say if they do have time, what is it? They have to communicate that. If you ain't getting enough, I need to know. And if I ain't getting enough, you need to know. So we need to figure out how much is enough per week or whatever. But
sounds like it's communication.
Communication
tell you like
is
this.
definitely one of the main things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all need to spice it up. Shit, women, men like variety. So you need to come out with them little panties. You need to come out with them big panties.
Or no panties.
Or no panties. You need to put on a wig. You need to take a wig off.
This one is Dior.
You gotta change that shit up. Men, like when we out and about in the streets, like when you see variety, men get turned on by variety. You women, sometimes you gotta change it up. Men, you gotta change that shit up too. Sometimes your women don't want to see you with that holy ass shirt or them holy ass drawers. You know what I'm saying?
You better not be walking around with a t-shirt on with no boxers. That is not it.
You gotta be spontaneous. Go ahead, Cook.
Let Cook finish this
Come on,
this
Cook.
question. go in. She been holding.
Okay, listen. I think y'all missing the mark. The mark is she asked what changed. What changed from being dating each other, then changed from being married to each other. Being single versus being married
seeing each other every day.
With no kids, that does not negate. That doesn't mean like we don't have other responsibilities because we don't have a kid, right? So I can work overnight, and my husband can work during the day. I think that it's not about being spontaneous. It is about carving out more time for each other. If you know that he works overnight and the only time y'all have to see each other is that 7 to 9 range when you off and he not off before he go to work, you have to make things work within the time frame that you already have. But just to me, I would, if I was single and didn't have any kids,
I agree with that, Cookie.
I'd be outside waiting on my husband up in the car. So it depends. It depends because we are not the same. Trust and believe. We're not the same. Because
so y'all gonna in the parking lot.
I mean, I hope they put the pull up the emergency brake on that thing.
I don't.
So what y'all need? Yeah, me and Rodney's book. They need our little book.
They need our book. We're gonna drop it 2023.
Yeah, we're gonna drop our books. That's what y'all need. Okay.
Yes.
So
I do want to piggyback on this. I have, and it's gonna be quick, 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
This is what I think it is. I think it's expectations. I think when you're single, you have less of them. Mm-hmm. You have less expectations, which makes things a little more easier going, a little more fun. Versus when you're married, sometimes you think, okay, put in this genre. Marriage, a lot of people still stuck in the older days. They expect when they get married, their wife is going to cook. They have a hot meal on the plate when they get home. They're going to clean. You're expecting it. When you start expecting it, for one thing, when you have expectations on a person, marriage, single, whatever, they're going to get let down. And when that's let down, the mood goes down, everything goes down. You can't have those because nobody can live up to your expectations. That's why they're yours. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'll end it on that and I won't go deep, but I think it's expectations and they just been dragged out.
I think that's something that you should set the expectations before you get married. I'm always talking about that.
But should there be expectations? I don't know.
I mean, in some areas, there should be expectations. Like things that you expect from your partner. Like don't sit up here when we was dating and doing all this. Don't change that because we married. That's the quickest way for me to get bored.
Well, is the expectations the same thing as what you want? Because you can expect someone to do this, but when they don't do it, they let you down. But this is what you want in your marriage.
It depends on what it is. I think that's just something that should be talked about.
It should be talked about, but if they can't do it, then they probably shouldn't be the person that you're going to be with anyway, right?
Well, that could be it. And then sometimes you have to compromise because you can't change a person. So you can compromise on certain things that you guys. I don't know if.
No, that's good. But I think I'm gonna write down for us to use on another episode. Expectations. And the thing about expectation, because like you just said, like, well, these are certain things, but you're still expecting it. You see how it just hangs over our damn head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to work around it. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to work around expectations. And it's one of the things that I talk to my therapist about all the time. And he was funny. He admitted, he's like, I'm from the South. He's like, Rodney, I expected, cooking and cleaning. I said, oh, this ain't the damn 20s. You ain't getting that shit.
Expectations. No,
he said,
not for one person. It's 50-50.
Exactly. And that's why this is going to be a whole nother topic. So we're going to put this on next week. We're going to continue.
Are not reality.
With this.
Yeah, we need to do that. Expectation versus reality. We need to get that.
Let me tell you. The married couple with the kids. Let me tell you, y'all got to sneak around your kids. Sneak around your kids.
Definitely got to sneak around.
Have a quickie in the bathroom. Have a quickie in the food pantry.
In the walk-in closet, not the food pantry.
Yeah, that should have turned up.
The pantry.
Hell yeah! Come out the pantry with noodles all in your ass.
Yeah,
we ain't doing noodles.
No.
What?
I don't like him.
On that note, guys,
y'all kiss y'all kids with that same mouth y'all just got finished.
No, Lord.
No. And on that note, we're going to some music trivia. Okay, everybody get your drink ready.
You said music trivia?
Music trivia today. Yes, I switched it up on you guys.
Okay, see you.
I wish we could have
Oh,
got
but
some
you
more
can
of them
still do me a
questions.
culture tag. That's fine.
I wish we could have got some more of them
I
questions.
got
I
a
know you
trivia
had more
question for
questions
you
than three.
and a culture tag.
I can do it. That's fine, friend.
Okay, can we
That's
take a
fine.
quick pause because I can't hold it no longer.
You got a pee?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I can do it too, even though I didn't take my blood pressure medicine today, Cookie. So don't talk shit when I walk away. But I can make myself.
I am gonna talk shit with your PC self. Now go on.
He got the tidy whities with the dinosaurs on.
Right. So let's get started with some music trivia. I'm going with my girl Cook first because I don't know why I like to challenge Cook. Probably because
I don't know either.
She
Why?
always be winning this shit. Like I don't even know why
I
she
always
be...
go for you first.
I don't know music though, so let's see.
Oh, that's good. Then she
don't
don't know
know
music.
music.
No, she just know ratchet
Okay.
shit.
Oh, well,
Really?
these may not be okay. These might be a little hard then.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, Cookie. The J in Mary J. Blige stands for what?
Jane. Mary Jane.
Good job. See, look at you. You go, Cook. See, you already on one. Okay, Tay. Which Marvel movie soundtrack won 2 Grammys? And T.Y. be quiet.
If she don't know this, we getting a divorce.
Black Panther.
Great
Yep.
job.
Okay, Wakanda.
We was on our way to the courthouse to get a divorce.
It was so many Marvel movies. I'm like,
I know, but you had to think about you. Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, T.Y. Which rapper inspired an entire accredited course at Syracuse University called Hip Hop a Shoe?
You probably said that
101, and I might have said that
Queen
wrong.
Bitch 101. Queen Bitch. Who the Queen Bitch?
Don't y'all say that. I might have pronounced it wrong, but I don't think I did.
What school is this?
Syracuse University.
Syracuse, so New York. Nicki.
No.
Cardi.
It's an older rapper or
okay? Go ahead.
If it ain't Nicki and Cardi, it's Lil Kim.
Is it Yo-Yo?
Who is
Yo-Yo? No.
Okay, I know
he don't even know Yo-Yo.
But maybe that was in
You don't know who Yo-Yo is. You can't play with my Yo-Yo. You need your ass
Is
beat.
it like 1970?
Queen Latifah.
No.
Damn.
Queen Latifah don't call herself no bitch. She said, who you calling the bitch? Is it? Oh, it's probably MC Light.
No, it ain't MC Light.
Because she's smart.
Not MC Light.
Just give us one letter.
Lil' Kim? Wait, you said
not on the right track. It is Lil' Kim.
I said. You know, running old ass
I
ears.
her, but I didn't know she.
You said Lil' Kim?
She said Lil'
She
Kim.
don't teach it. She don't teach it, but it's a course.
I didn't hear you, girl. You look. I'm telling you, either it's the delayed reception or something because I didn't never heard you. I didn't see
he just wasn't listening.
Okay, my bad. Tay.
What's up?
What instrument does Lizzo play?
Lizzo plays the violin.
No.
No.
She plays the flute.
Flute. Flute.
She plays the flute.
Holly would be so mad. You know that's his favorite.
I'm sorry, flute. I said flute. I went back and hold on. I was thinking who plays the violin?
That's the white girl, Tony. Is her name Tony?
Tori
Kelly.
She did play the flute.
Tori Kelly.
Okay. Holly would be so mad. You know that's his favorite black person, right?
Okay, but she ain't my favorite black person. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Lizzo is cool, but she's not my favorite black person.
Let me tell you something. Friends and listeners out there. The friends and listeners out there, Javi Martinez is not really a Mexican. He's been posing. His name is really James Martin. And he's just been tricking y'all ass.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what I
I
got.
only said it because he ain't
Ooh.
here, but I know he got something for
Okay.
me when he come back.
Oh, he will. He will. Ty, John Mayer wrote a song about which law of physics?
Let me see.
If he
What
don't get
goes up
this,
must come down.
Thank you,
I don't
Cookie.
know.
I see.
I know who John Mayer is. Am I a follower or a fan of his music? Some songs, not all, but I know
I mean,
physics,
it's a
right?
popular song, so you should definitely know it.
Is it gotta be like apple fall from the tree? What goes up must come down.
Cookie, help
Something
them out.
round
Just
and
tell
gravity,
me the
round.
song, girl.
Come on, Cook. I'm
gravity.
sorry.
I was just about to say gravity.
Gravity.
If it something goes up, it must come
Working
down, honey.
against me.
That's gravity.
I'm
Love
sorry.
that's a beautiful song. Okay, and let me see. I think I got one more for. I'm gonna get this a Cookie because I feel like you said you were gonna be good in music, but you're pretty damn good,
She
girl.
knows some. She knows some shit.
Yeah, you do. So I'm gonna
Cause
give
you
this
got
one
that
to
old
you, and it's.
transistor radio. Go ahead.
I feel like she gotta listen to all genres, so I feel like you're gonna do fine with this. Which Britney Spears songs? There's two have hit number one. Now think about it. It seems hard, but Britney ain't got that many that hit number one. Let's be real. So
Yes,
two.
she has.
Oh, baby, baby.
You got to name a wig Britney now, friend. We need to get you a
You know
Britney
what her
wig.
wig name is? Her wig name is Agnes.
This is not
Ew.
Agnes.
That sounds like it's
Yes, it
insane.
We
is.
got that from that Madea movie, Agnes.
Oh, I ain't seen it yet. Okay, Cookie. Who?
I would say one is probably toxic, and let's see.
It's not toxic, and I was very surprised that it's not toxic.
Okay.
Because I love that song.
I don't listen to her.
I don't even know two of her songs.
Okay, sing a lyric.
Brittany,
Help her out, because you were close. If not,
Baby,
right on
baby.
I can't think of.
Hit me, baby, one more
That's
time.
one. Yes, baby, one more time. It's one more time. That is one of the number ones.
When did the song come out?
I can't. I don't know.
Early
They tell me that, but
2000s?
I can hum it, and maybe you'll catch it.
Okay, go ahead, hum it.
You ain't
Yeah, I don't
humming
know
good.
that.
Is it new? This one new?
No, that ain't new.
Womanizer.
Thank you.
I didn't even know that. So Cookie clearly knows music.
I know Womanizer. I know
Yes.
Womanizer.
Okay, so it's just my humming. My humming was off.
Yeah,
Too
you
fast.
suck at it. You suck
You
at
should have
it.
got me some. You should have got me some NSYNC or song.
You know what? There was a Backstreet question I was going to ask you,
Justin Timberlake.
but I didn't really listen to Backstreet like that. Now,
I didn't listen to
yes.
Backstreet like that. I listened to NSYNC.
She was a 98
NSYNC,
Degrees
yeah.
fan.
I was all over Disney.
You know what?
Channel, baby.
Lance Lachey, Jessica Simpson's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now y'all had questions for me, and two questions for me.
I wish I had known that we're doing music.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, one is
He just
a
don't
Black
want to be
History
wrong.
trivia question.
Go
It's
ahead,
really
hit
easy,
him.
so you should know what it is. Okay. What city and state did Rosa Parks bus boycott take place?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Nope.
Selma.
Montgomery,
It's
Alabama.
the Gump.
Nope.
Montgomery,
Montgomery.
Alabama.
Oh,
Ooh.
not the gum.
It was the gun. It was the gun. Monkey Town. Who was the woman
She
who
made
tried
it.
to get? Yeah, who was the woman who tried to get Rosa Parks off the bus?
Rodney,
Oh, that's a question?
you should know this, though. It's a comedy question.
Who's the woman who tried to get Rosa Parks off the bus for messing with her man?
Coretta Scott King.
Madea, get off the bus, Rosa. Get off the bus, Rosa.
No. Okay, you know I'm not the biggest Madea fan.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
I know
something.
that.
Diamond
Queen,
Day
do you have a
Homecoming.
question for
That
Rodney?
is hilarious.
I need to send me the scene because I'm.
No.
It's. I used to love Madea, but it's weird.
This is one of her better movies.
Okay.
The new one that just came out.
I'm
It
sorry,
will have you
one of-
laughing.
Yes.
I
Go
might
ahead,
watch
Cook.
it
You
today
got something for him?
No, I ain't got none today. I ain't got none for him.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing for him.
Let me hit you with a culture tag.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let me write this shit down. Hold
Yeah.
on. Okay. Go ahead.
Let him get his crayon and his piece of paper.
Okay. Hashtag LGALG.
What does this refers to?
It church. That's all I'm gonna say. It's church. And we say this all the time when we be talking. LGALG. If you get the first letter, you get the first word, you pretty much got the
Is
rest.
it love?
No.
Is it like?
Nope.
Nope. I'm surprised Cookie ain't even chimed in and got this already.
It's not love. It's not like.
Cookie,
It's,
she know it. She know it.
Lord.
Nope. It's something that you yell. You gotta yell this. You gotta feel it
From your gut.
from your diaphragm.
Yes. Yes.
I can't with y'all. Let
You got it.
God.
Nope.
Let go.
Mm-hmm.
And let God.
Let
Let
go.
go.
Let God, baby. Let go and let God. Friend, you know. Okay. Cookie, you know it, did you?
Look, you made me slide back my desk chair.
She got 100. She got 100.
You get anywho, let's get on to some Black history. How about that? Since you want to
All right, so
always
is this
come
the
from my
is this the
car.
last? One thing about February and Black History Month I hate is this some bullshit, right? They give us the shortest month. I think that shit was intentional. Like, what the really?
It is. I mean, yeah, it is. But you know what? I mean, one of the quotes somebody said, "Black History is every month." Okay, but I forgot who said it because I thought it was a little basic and I've heard it before.
Everybody say it.
Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Good. Yes. So I did 3. I chose 3 for this week. Just since this is our last Black History Week. So the first person is Colin Powell. He was the first African American Secretary of State. He served under President George W. Bush.
Rest in peace, by the way.
Yes, he just recently died. Last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, late last year.
Very late last year. And his quote is, "Have a vision and be demanding."
I like that.
I like that too.
You had a vision. You turn that vision into a plan, and you demand not. But you need to be demanding, but not to other people. You need to be demanding on yourself. A lot of times, we have visions and we make plans, and our plans is based on other people. No, your plans should be based on yourself. You should be demanding of yourself. Put the work in. What they say in church, faith without works is dead. A lot of y'all be having faith, but y'all don't do no work.
Pastor T.Y. Don't let me throw these cards at the
do me.
screen.
I am not no pastor. I will slap the collar off a pastor. Let me tell you that right now. But I just know.
That's disrespectful, friend.
Oh my God.
I don't care. Okay. I'm dead ass. But I'm just saying, like, faith without works is dead, man. A lot of times we make excuses and we don't put the work in.
It's a lot on us.
We need to put the work in.
It's a lot on us,
so
and we will find excuses.
Yes. I will not be demanding of someone else if I am not as demanding or more demanding of myself. Oh. Why my wife got her cafeteria lady arms in the camera like that?
Because she yelling at London, probably.
Oh, okay. That's what she was doing.
And she's still on mute.
And you on mute.
You still on mute, friend.
If they cafeteria, that mean I can cook. They say you gotta have a little fat on your elbow. Okay?
She be cooking. She finna fire up them green beans in a minute, man.
And some fish.
Green beans are very, very good too.
Like I've already snapped them.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next one is going to be Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington. Okay.
Author, advisor to several presidents, a dominant leader in the African American community and Black elite. That's what they consider him as. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't like that. I don't like that black elite shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. That's why I said I don't know if I said it because that's what they label him as. But I'm like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, his quotes is simple. It's short. Character is power. And I like that because let me tell you why. Because my mom always told me there was a time when I tried to lie to my mom about something, and she caught me and she said, "RJ, let me tell you this. I always know when you're lying." She said, "You don't lie often." She said, "But I do know when you're lying." She's like, "Let me tell you the one thing I don't like is a liar." She said, "Let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this. All you have in life is your name. You get to lying, you get to shaming, and you lose the character that's in your name." She said, "So don't do that. Don't do that." So when I read this quote, I literally thought about my mom telling me when I was like a freshman, sophomore in college saying, "RJ, your name is all you got. That's all you get in life. Don't ruin it. Character is power." That's how it related to me. And that's why I chose it.
You know what? That's a good
She ain't no
quote.
good
And
liar.
do your mom watch the
Yeah, I'm really not.
podcast? Do your mom watch the podcast?
No, I don't think so because I pretty much told her not to in a way.
Because you don't want her to hear all your stuff that you be saying, but you gonna want our mama to hear it.
Ain't that slow down? Well, you know what? Since I'm about to be a little spiteful here. Okay, so I was creeping on your Facebook page. Your mama was fine back in the day.
Angela.
I'm not saying she ain't fine. I ain't saying she ain't fine now.
Nice. Well, that was definitely fun, and that was good. I loved all these quotes, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to keep the quote thing going. Not necessarily got to be Black History, but just great quotes that can maybe uplift us and inspire us and push us through to the next week. I don't know. I like them. Sometimes I'll read a quote, and it will give me drive. You know what I'm saying? It would make me look at things in a different way. I know Tay likes to give them to London on her lunchbox to motivate her. And it's so funny because you're not the only person I see it a lot on Instagram lately with friends that I have personally that leave that for their kids. Like, remember you're special. Remember you can do anything. That shit right there, if I would have got that as a child, not knocking you, Angela, but that right there to look and see every day, it's just like, oh, like, could you imagine when a child is having a bad day that they see that, like, mom loves you, have a great day, or they look forward to it, or to one day when they don't see it and they know, like, wait, mom didn't write it, something was going on. Like, they get to know you so well, like, mom might be awful today, let me check on mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, and it definitely goes two ways. So
yes.
Yes, Tay.
I also, when I have to deploy and go out on assignment, I write her a letter every time. Every single time before I leave.
That's beautiful. There's nothing like showing love, and there's nothing like, uplifting. So we will probably keep the quotes going on the Boozey Brunch and Tea podcast. But it probably just won't be for me every week. Since we're over Black History, I'll just let everybody come in on it and pick one that they like, because I want to hear from y'all too. So that would be cool. So next week we'll start off with somebody different. Besides that was really great. Let's go. Take us out, Tay.
Okay, guys. My name is Tay. Hey, no, I'm just playing. Okay, so you guys can follow us on IG and Twitter at BoozeyBNT, or you can catch us on our YouTube channel. Boozey Brunch and Tea on YouTube.
All right, and Mr. TY216 himself.
Okay, I want to leave our friends, followers, visitors, anybody who's listening. If you're in the car, honk your horn. If you're in the house, flush your nasty ass toilet. But I want to leave y'all with this. Like, in the coming weeks, we got some things coming up that I think that you should be well aware of. One being FDA, Moderna, Pfizer, all of them have been ordered by the court to release to the public what is actually in their vaccines. They tried to say, hey, we don't want to release this for the next 70 years. And the damage technically would have been done, if any. But the court said, no, you need to tell these people right now what's in it. So they have to release that documentation in the coming weeks. Also, Black Lives Matter has to release the documentation on what they spent the $300+ that they're receiving in donations. They right now, I think they've only accounted for 1.8 million, which they claim was lawyer fees and advisory fees. So they have to disclose what else they use that money for. So we'll see how that pans out. And also, the stock market is in a current crash for the last 2 weeks. So if you are or if you are not invested in any stocks, this is the time to get in and buy. Being as like stocks like Apple, Google, Facebook at our all-time lows. So if you want to build your wealth, go in. You can nibble. You can buy a little bit, and when the stock market recovers, as it will run up. And you'll have some bread to spend. Run that bag up, man. Be smart about this. Sometimes y'all just got to get in and learn things you don't know. For that, you can always reach out to us, ask us questions, have comments or suggestions. And you can reach us at 202-978-6628. Once again, that's 202-978-6628. So
We
just
appreciate you
feel free to
guys.
reach out. Yes, appreciate
We
y'all,
definitely
man. I don't
appreciate you
care.
guys.
I don't care if you cute or ugly. Just go ahead and reach out. Some of y'all
And there he
ugly.
go again. Y'all know how he does. Y'all
You
know
know
how
how
he
I
get,
gotta
and we
get
have to
down. You
mute
know what I'm
him.
saying?
We
Don't
have
mute
to
me.
mute him.
Don't you mute me,
But
damn it.
but we appreciate you, and thank you for sending in questions this week. Please continue to send more questions, and if we did not get to your question this week, it will be answered in the next episode or the next episode after that. We will not ignore it. We just have to kind of place everything strategically with working with the world and how much time we have, because we don't want to keep you here for 3 hours. But honestly, thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in, and keep well and stay safe.